सो हेलो एवरीवन। इस वीडियो में मैं आइसर इंटीग्रेटेड पीएचडी इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करने जा रही हूँ। सो ये जो इंटरव्यू है ये कंडक्ट होता है आफ्टर द एग्ज़ाम। मतलब आइसर वाले पहले एक एग्ज़ाम लेते हैं और उसके बाद इंटरव्यू कंडक्ट होता है। तो आपकी बेसिक एलिजिबिलिटी क्या होनी चाहिए आइसर में एडमिशन लेने के लिए इंटीग्रेटेड पीएचडी में? सो आपकी 10th प्लस टू और ग्रेजुएशन में 60% से अबव मार्क्स होने चाहिए, प्लस आपका जैम क्लियर होना चाहिए। उसके बाद आपका जो जब आपने ग्रेजुएशन किया तो आपने मैथ्स को एज अ सब्जेक्ट लिया हो, तो फिर आप इंटीग्रेटेड पीएचडी में एडमिशन के लिए आइसन में एलिजिबल हो। सो ये जो इंटीग्रेटेड पीएचडी है ये पहले इसमें डायरेक्ट एडमिशन हो जाती है इस इंटरव्यू के बाद। और बेसिकली ये इसमें 2 साल पहले एमएससी करवाते हैं और उसके बाद 3 साल डायरेक्ट पीएचडी में एडमिशन हो जाती है। 3 साल के बाद आपकी पीएचडी कंप्लीट होती है। सो एक्सटेंड भी हो सकती है अकॉर्डिंग टू योर वर्क। सो let us see the questions what I was asked. So the first question was, tell about the subjects you studied during graduation which are related to maths. सबसे पहले उन्होंने पूछा कि आप वो सब्जेक्ट्स बताइए जो आपने ग्रेजुएशन में पढ़े थे जो कि मैथ्स से रिलेटेड है। So my answer was basically I was a BSc Maths honor student. So I studied most of the mathematics subjects during my graduation. So I told them I studied real analysis, group theory, linear algebra, calculus, geometry, and other mathematics subjects which are there in BSc Maths honors program. So then they asked me a question that can you define a continuous mapping from closed interval 0, 1 to the set containing 0, 1. So I gave the answer that after thinking for 30 seconds or more, I gave them answer that sir, no, we cannot define a continuous mapping from closed interval 0, 1 to the set containing 0, 1 because closed interval 0, 1 is a connected set and the set containing 0, 1 is a disconnected set. So we cannot define a continuous mapping. Whenever we will try to define such a mapping, we will always encounter a jump discontinuity. So then they said that it is correct. Then they asked that what is the meaning of connectedness. So I gave the answer, sir, we call a set to be connected. If we take any 2 points in the set, we can find a path joining the points which lies entirely in the set. So this was my answer, that we call a set to be connected. If we take any 2 points in it, and after that we can find a path joining those points which lies entirely in the set. So they asked me, you use the word path. Are path connectedness and connectedness same aspects? So I told them, no, sir, they are not usually same. Connectedness is not equal to connected as a path connectedness. But when we talk in one dimension or a number line, path connectedness always implies connectedness. So that is why I use the test for path connectedness. So at this moment, I was quite happy with the interview that it's going very well, but this happiness could not last longer. So I was asked next question, which was, can you give example of a function which is continuous but not differentiable? So I thought for a while and told, sir, I have studied plenty of such functions, but I cannot recall at this moment. I'm not good at memorizing things that much. So I think this was my minus point. I told them that I'm not good at memorizing things that much. Sorry, I spelled this wrong. There are a little spelling mistakes that have been occurred due to a little pace of me. Due to speed, I did them. I'm really sorry. So I told them I'm not good at memorizing things that much. So I should not have told them this thing. I should have said that no, sir, I cannot recall such a function. But I had studied such functions. I told them. Then they asked me, can you give example of a function which is continuous but not integrable? So I was asked for a function which is continuous but it should not be integrable. So after thinking for a while, I told e raised to power x square. So then they asked, is this function bounded? I told them no. Then they asked why. I told because it is not bounded above. As limit x approaches infinity, function tends to infinity. So then they asked, what is the meaning of tending to infinity? I told them, sir, it means the function is beyond the reach of our analysis. Means as x grows very large, we cannot find a number which acts as a least upper bound for the function. So the function gets extremely large values. So this is the meaning of tending to infinity. So they asked me, is this function differentiable? So quite confidently I told them, yes sir, this function is differentiable. So then they asked, does x sine x approach also approaches infinity as x approaches infinity? So this very fastly I gave the answer, yes sir, because sine x is bounded and x approaches infinity as x sine x as a whole approaches infinity. So I used the logic that yeah, sine x is bounded, and as x approaches infinity, this function should also approach to infinity. But this logic was wrong, because this logic was correct in the case when x approaches 0. This is not correct in the case as x approaches infinity. So, due to applying this logic very fastly, I gave this answer wrong. And this answer was wrong, I know. So, they asked me, can you prove that there exists a solution to equation x sine x is equals to y, so that y is any real number? So, at this point of time, I realized that my previous answer was wrong. X sine x actually gets all the values from minus infinity to infinity. So I told them, sir, it is not easy to find x in terms of y here. So they said it. We are not telling you to find a solution. We are telling you, can you prove that there exists a solution to this equation? So after thinking, I told them, sorry, sir, I cannot prove at this instant. So then they moved on to group. Then they moved on to algebra. They asked, give example of a ring. I gave the very general example, ring of integers. Then they asked, give example of its subring. So I told them 2z is its subring. So then they asked, can you give example of its idle? So I said, in general, nz is an idle of this ring. Then they asked, does there exist any other idols of this ring? So can you give example of any other idol of this ring? So I told them, yes, sir, there are other idols of this ring, but I cannot recall any example at this instant. So then they asked, can you give example of any idol which contains 2 and 3? So very fastly, without even thinking, I gave them example of 2z intersection 3z. Then they asked, does it contains 2 and 3? I told, no, sir. I think 2z plus 3z is right. So then after thinking for a while, I gave them answer 2z plus 3z because it contains 2 and 3. So then they asked, what is the other name for this idol, 2z plus 3z? So after thinking, so I said, I don't know, sir. Basically, it's a sum. It's a sum of 2z and 3z. I did not know any other name. So they asked, does it contains 5, minus 3, 9, etc.? So I said, yes, sir. Yes, it contains, in fact, it contains all the integers. So its other name is z. It contains all the integers. So these were the questions that I was basically asked, and the result was that I was not able to get selected in this interview. They selected only 10 candidates for the integrated PhD interview, and I know my interview was not quite well good, but I was able to answer almost 50 to 60% questions. But that was not enough for the selection. So whatever that is, the thing is that I hope you have learned that what are the type of questions related to mathematics that are you are going to encounter whenever you are facing any mathematics interview. So you should know a lot of things. Basically, you should know the basics. They are not going to ask you that tell when a function is differentiable. They are not going to give you any question to solve. They are not going to give you any limit to find. They are not going to give any thing to solve which you have faced in jam. They are going to ask the general question. They are going to test your intellectual ability of mathematics. So be prepared for that whenever you go for an interview. So I hope this my experience will help you in preparing for any interview that you are going to face in your future, may it be Master Cadre Mathematics or ICER interviews or whatever. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you very much.